All right, bet. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Lord have mercy. All right, Grim, what did you say I want me to do?
Oh, you can still hear you, Star. Talking.
Wait. You guys can still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bruh, this freaking button, yo.
She say something?
What's all that? Yeah, I'm gonna open this mouth. Yeah.
I'll get it.
What? Bitch?
Delete the party. Thank you.
Hello?
All right. Well, we're going to start off with our special guest for today. What was her name again? Fuck, what was her name again?
Hey, is AW on the show?
Telly. Telly? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's AW and Telly?
Huh?
Telly.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Having some technical difficulties. All right, guys, we're going to start off with our special guest for today, Telly. Come on out here and show us your best.
Telly.
Is that?
Okay, music.
Telly?
This look like something she'll walk out to.
I know, right? That was so underwhelming.
Don't make me come in there.
We're coming.
Swiper, no swiping.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Sit down, you fox. Hey, Bruh. Why is freaking VR so difficult?
Sultan, if you don't hurry up and walk out, she gave you an introduction, man. She did. I mean, is there a Telly here? Hey, Shady. Is there a Telly back there?
What? Ah, let me see.
Damn.
Here, let me look.
Girl.
Hello. Yo, where's Telly?
Nope.
Okay, sorry guys. Her name is Tella, not Telly. Okay, let's try this again.
Oh, wow.
They're twins.
Hurry up, Liz.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh.
All right, everybody. I am chilling like a villain. My name is Krillin, and my normal name it would usually be Grimlock, but today we're gonna go with this. I want to welcome everybody to the show. Let's put some hands in the air. If you like the new setup, I want to give props to the people who built this. GG9000 in the back over there, and we had Hollywood Dave, and we had Big Philly, who kind of helped put into this world. So we definitely want to give them props for helping that. So this is going to be our new world. This is now Season 2, Episode 1, and we are going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We have our guest, of course, over here, Miss Tella Cloud. So let's all give her a warm welcome for thanking for her to come in the show. All right, what we do is ask you please don't cross in front of our bot. Always go behind them and stay in your seats until we're saying we're ready for questions and stuff like that. We want to thank Tyree for coming out and doing the bot. And okay, so today we are going to be talking about domestic violence, and Tella here built a room for people who have been abused and are going through a lot of stuff. What we are going to do is last night, for those of you who may have been involved, there was a situation that happened on a show that AW was running last night. So we want to thank him for allowing us to be on his show from
And
last
for doing
night.
the best he can.
and he's doing the best he can. However, I did get a little out of line yesterday, and I want to apologize for AW for that. That's not usually how I am, but we're just wanting to let him know how that's going. So, without further ado, we're going to be talking about our show and about Telecloud and what she's exactly doing. So, like I said, if you haven't already, go to your phone and download the app Rumble and look up Gear Radio without the one. And then go ahead and go back into your app and download One Gear Radio. I own an internet radio station. We play all the hits from the 60s to today. And they're awesome music. And we don't play any artists that have been involved in domestic violence or child molestation. And we try to promote women in music to show that they can play more than pop and country. They can do hardcore hip hop and hardcore metal. So please go ahead and do that. And without further ado, yes, English is hard. We are going to start the show,
Yeah, you think
and I'm going to sit next to my co-host,
He's kinda
Star
acting.
Morning. We want to thank
Yeah.
her for introducing everybody. Let's give some
how do I
confetti
get
for
down
Star
there?
Morning.
You gotta exit.
And then we
Yeah,
have
but that
our
means I'm coming out from
engineer, Rose, back there in the back doing the
Exit
ones and
is,
twos.
not on the
And we
stage,
have our
so-
security officer out here, Gigi, somewhere. And then we have our producer, Amina. And that takes care of the whole cast. So anyway, Star
Can you
Morning,
speak
how are
up,
you
please?
doing?
Can you move forward to the mic? I guess.
Well, that is awesome. Awesome. All
We
right.
can't-
Well,
We can't hear you. Can you please move forward?
can you hear me now?
No.
You're very low.
That doesn't make any sense.
I can hear you.
We can hear you, but it's low up there.
I think you need to be like up to the mic or something.
Let me
Earlier
just,
you was-
can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
that's better.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, right there. Yeah,
Okay. So I don't,
yeah.
oh, you know what? Nope, that's not, okay. So
Yeah,
anyway,
right there. It's good. Good.
well, thank you everybody for
Oh,
letting me
no.
know that. You know what I need to do? I'm going to do this. So anyway, so yes. So Stella, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your world?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Sweet. Hi, my name is Tella, or Tella.cloud here on the platform. And I myself have not been a victim of, but survived domestic violence as well as sexual abuse. I would say the path to getting to where I am now, as in where I wanted to build my support house, came from just myself dealing with the aftermath, because whether you know it or not, it doesn't end with the abuse and with you either surviving or not surviving it. But if you survive it, well, it can't, it's probably not the same for everyone, but I myself have had multiple nights where I'm up wondering what I could have done differently, as if it was my fault. And I also have nights where I have nightmares about my attacker coming back to, finish the job or kill me or attack me. And this is really an ongoing thing. So when one day after I had a really bad nightmare, it came to me and I said, you know what? I haven't gone to a support group yet. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, would there even be one on the metaverse? And not that I've seen so far, or at least that I've come across, I have not seen one. So So I was talking to a friend of mine and it just clicked to me. So I got into a blank world and I started snapping pieces together and just building it up. I think it took me maybe about an hour. But what we do, my bad. My world is called SA Safe House, which will soon be changed to Safe House. But in that world, we basically meet up on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time as well as Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Time to basically meet up together, burn our problems away in the fire, talk about what it is that we experienced, or how the aftermath is affecting us. And yeah, overall, just healing and being in a safe space, free of judgment or victim blaming, or you should have, you could have, any of that. Just a nice safe space to get it off of your chest and talk about it so you can heal. And the world's gonna help me, like probably more than it's gonna help the people that I'm trying to help as well.
All right, that's awesome. Now, when you decided to do this, did you look up the statistics? Do you find that women or men get more abused in this sort of thing? How many men versus women? Do you find that men are more embarrassed to come to you to actually, to talk about if they've been abused? Because I know I've actually been in a domestic violent relationship and didn't even realize it until after the relationship was done. So what do you know about that?
So myself personally, I haven't looked it up just because I try to keep myself in a space where I realize the toxicity of comparing struggles. However, I will say 100% I have come across many more women on this platform than men who have suffered and or survived sexual abuse or domestic violence. That probably doesn't speak for the national statistic, but just from what I've seen, being open about it on the metaverse, I've attracted many more women than men. And it could very well be that they're afraid to, come forward, or they just feel like it's unnecessary because whatever, let me just keep burying my problems. I don't know what it is, but, yeah, I've come across more women.
You have a question, Star?
I know I've been in countless with like DV situations with my dad and whatnot. So he was like a raging alcoholic, like before he passed away a couple months back. We tried to get him some help multiple times and whatnot. Like, what do you have to say about not what I have to say? What do you tell children that are in like DV situations and don't even realize it? Because I didn't realize until someone told me I was. I came to school with these purple blotches all over from him, like severely beating me. My arm was, it's still having, I still have to get surgery on it, but he beat me to the point like I can't feel my palm to this day, basically.
Yeah.
So what do you tell children? Like, how do you like gently tell them that? Because what the person who told me, they were kind of like harsh in a way, made it feel like it was my fault that he turned out the way he is just for being born. So
Yeah. Well, the first thing I want to tell you is it definitely wasn't your fault. It had nothing to do with you. Domestic violence, as well as any violence, any assault, any abuse, is only a reflection of the attacker. And also, I'm glad you asked that. I'm not afraid to admit that I personally haven't run into any children
So
in
smart,
an
Gabrielle.
inescapable situation actually going through that. But the first piece of advice that I could ever give is to honestly tell a trusted adult. And they may not want to hear it because they may
yeah,
be
that
in
was the there. Yeah, that part right there, they wasn't willing to listen.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would hate to dig too deep into my
No, it's
past and
fine.
everything,
Yeah.
but I I've also experienced, like some problems at home, with my parents. And sometimes you can't tell an adult outside of your family because you never know what you may walk back into if you get home. So all I can um I admit that's a really tough one, and I'm gonna likely come across someone that can help me answer that a little better. Because right now I do deal with like relationship wise, domestic violence,
Okay,
sexual
okay.
assault. But I would say, please tell a trusted adult.
And who do you think might be would be considered a trusted adult for those of you out there that may have kids, or know something? Who would you consider a trusted adult?
I would say it depends on the situation. Some kids may be in a situation where it's the dad and like the mom doesn't know and the dad threatens the child if they tell their mom. So it's like, come forward and maybe you can come forward and tell your mother and she can do something about it. And if it's not your mother and it's a different situation, or if it is your mother as well, that would be a different situation. That would mean other institutions in the child's life, such as school teachers, principals, that may be able to get them connected to resources like CPS and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's the situation I was talking about.
Not saying that that's the best not saying CPS is the best thing
Yeah,
ever
I'm
either.
not gonna lie to you. Being in a system is worse than like being being with your parents that are doing the DV. Because I was in a situation where my mom is not in my life at all. I
Yeah.
don't know my mom. I don't know where she is. I don't know her name. I don't know anything about her. I was in a situation where my dad was doing most of it, but also allowing his wife and her family to do it as well, turning a blind eye to it.
Mhm.
So that's why I asked that question, because at the time I didn't know what to do. I don't know what to say to other children who's also experienced this.
Yeah. And you know what the craziest part of? Have you ever heard like, it takes a village and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I don't
The
hear that no
kid
more.
may have other adults in their everyone's situation is different, but maybe just maybe there's an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent that, really wants to, support that child and take them in and, give them the protection that they need.
Which of the two abuses, physical or mental, do you think is worse in the sense of, because some people can handle psychological stuff, some people can't, and then of course then there's the physical abuse.
Yeah.
Which do you think is in a sense worse if only one is being portrayed, not both?
I really can't lie. Just the type of person I am, it would be really hard for me to compare the two, but I would say I've never really had to compare the two, but I would say both stick with you or have the potential to stick with you for a lifetime.
Yeah, because
And
I
you're going
remember
to need to
somebody
heal from
saying
both.
bruises heal, but mental breakdowns can last forever. That fear can last forever. Would you agree with that?
Um, it is a powerful statement. I do agree with it to some extent, but in the back of my mind, there's just something continuing to tell me, that physical abuse also leaves trauma. Anything can give you trauma.
Right. Right. Now,
Yeah,
what
definitely.
would be? Did you have something?
Oh no, I was agreeing with her.
What would be the telltale signs for, like, let's say adult abuse, for like people that are maybe in their 30s, 40s, like me in
Mhm.
my 50s? If they don't know because they've never experienced it, what are some red flags to make
Can you hear me?
adults aware
Yeah.
that they might be getting
Okay.
abused?
Um,
I'm sorry, Shady, but you're gonna have to sit in your seat, please. Thank you very much.
Um, I would say, and these are just the red flags that I ignored. But I would say if anyone comes into your life telling you absolutely everything you want to hear, showing you everything that you want to see, don't buy it. Don't buy the hype, you know. Wait around. Take your time.
I'm
Do
sorry,
what-
Shady, but you're gonna have to sit in your seat.
All right. Hey,
Hold on. What is
Windsor,
That's
can
it.
you
I'm
mute
sorry.
yourself, please? Yes, we just built this room, so we're still trying to work out the bugs in it. So we're setting up silent zones eventually very soon. We definitely want to thank Gigi for the hard work that she's been putting in for the past 2 weeks on this room. But we are working on it. This is our first time in the world, so we're gonna get it
Yeah.
right. Hopefully by next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Do you also go ahead?
Yeah, sorry, I was still going. I just didn't expect that. But I found the word for it. Love bombing. You know, so
Oh,
that
Lord.
love bombing is a almost always a surefire sign that you're about to get yourself caught up and to the fullest extent. But not just that, it's when you get in a relationship that you can also experience red flags that you ignore. For me personally, it was a complete change in behavior. It went from the love bombing to, you know, all my stuff's moved in. You know what I'm saying? We're getting along. He was still sweet to an extent for a little while, and then the entire his entire demeanor kind of turned into just an overpowering, abusive, lock you in here, you do as I say, you always agree with me, and if you disagree with me, I will blow up and I may choke you out. I may punch you out. So you
Wow.
just really have to you know, I've heard this a million times. Someone shows you who they are, believe it. The first time he exploded on me, he did not put his hands on me. That was a chance that I could have, you know, taken for exactly what it looked like and exactly what it was, and just gotten myself out unbruised, untouched. But I stayed, like, you know, trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt, and you know, it didn't really get me anywhere.
Did you have anything, Star?
Nope.
Well, I actually had something as well, because I know I experienced this was what I had to deal with. I was dating a 5'0" Philippine woman who was like 100 pounds soaking wet. Now, I always thought that the little I love bombing, I guess that's what you want to call it, was kind of cute. You know, she was, you know, like, you know, whatever. But then it turned into jealousy. And I don't want to make a blanket statement, but most Philippine women I've dated are very family orientated, very loyal, but very jealous. And they fall in line with, you know, their part of their culture is kind of Hispanic, so they hit you with the slipper. Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, I got hit with the slipper. I'm like, I thought it was funny, you know, whatever. But after a
Yeah.
while, I started realizing she you know, I had a guest over for dinner. Well, I always was taught you serve the guests first. And I served the guest, and she got mad that I didn't serve her, like embarrassed me in front of my friends and whatever else. And I was like, you know, and these are warning signs I should have seen, unfortunately didn't know. And a lot of people, like for men, it's like I was like, what was I was about maybe 210 pounds at the time,
Yeah.
and she's like 100 pounds soaking wet. Like, I'm gonna call the police and say, you know, hey, come get my 100-pound girlfriend, she's beating me up. And
You
I'm
should have
5
gave
foot
her
8.
her plate first. What? Who said that?
So you know, that's what we got I had going on with me
Yeah.
before, you know, she decided to skip the country with my kid. So I had to deal with that abuse as well.
Damn, the country.
I got something.
Can I? Oh, sorry.
It's like, you go ahead first. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's a good point that I actually skipped over. Possessiveness is a huge thing because it started with him casually looking over my shoulder, and then blatantly staring at my phone, and then trying to steal my phone, trying to enter my phone, and then after attacking me, actually taking my phone and threatening to hurt me more if I not unlocked, all of
Oh, he
my
was dealing with a
devices, my phone,
psycho.
my computer, and threatening to tell my family I'm not coming around anymore. Fuck
can
you
hear us.
guys. You won't hear from me
Oh,
again,
but you couldn't hear me
on
before.
my behalf. So
Right.
possessiveness is
So you
a
didn't hear me
very
when I was
scary
talking
trait
and
that
shit.
I think everyone should look out for if they're in a relationship.
Unfortunately, at the time, cell phones
I did
weren't
for a
really
minute, but
a
then it went
thing
away.
back, at that time.
Oh, okay.
They were the big clunky ones.
I'm gonna have to
So
get
yeah,
at you
not
though.
everybody had a cell phone back at that time. But yes, possessiveness. She was very
I'm gonna get
possessive,
up with
and
you.
anybody that is not comfortable with their body image is one of the things that I had to deal
I'm
with.
not.
Like when she would sit there and say, "Oh, what are you looking at that girl?" I just so happen to be looking at, let's say, a mannequin that had a nice outfit on, or I saw a food court thing. I might want to go try some food, and then might be a girl right there. Like, why are you looking at that girl?
Yeah.
What is you like that because she's got big tits or something like that? And just
Like, what?
that's what I had to put up with. I'm like, so if a man or a woman does not have a good body image about themselves, and they say,
Yeah.
why are you looking at that bad? Because he's got a 6-pack abs or he's got long hair. That's another red flag you would have to look out for. Don't you agree?
I do. Also, just a quick disclaimer. Yes, I definitely was giggling. That is one of my many defense mechanisms, and I do hope that I didn't offend anyone by my giggle just now.
Oh, also, I forgot to say any of the statements made on Ultimate Truth are not necessarily of the host, the co-host, the guests, or any of the crew members in this place. So we're gonna put that out there too.
So I haven't told anyone this at all. So my previous relationship before my current husband, well, he's my first husband, but my previous relationship before my husband, well, it was abusive the first time. But the thing is, though, the type of person putting up with my father for so long, I fought back. I had to. So put his hands on me, and when I fought back, we ended up breaking up, and he ended up kicking me out the house, and that's why I'm here, where I am right now. Got my own stuff, got my own car, everything like that. But before then, he would always go through, like, he went through my phone 2 o'clock in the morning and woke me up to read out messages from what 5 years back before I met him. Who is this? Da 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 da. Did you and him sleep together? Did you are looking at messages that I have not seen in 5 years. First of all, why do you have my phone in your hand? Waking me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's just how I felt at the time. And, uh, but
Okay.
at the
Tella, I think. Oh, Star, you need to move forward just a tad. There you go, because they can't
test,
hear you.
can you hear me?
Can
Yeah, I
you
hear
hear her
you
now?
way
Give me a
better.
sec. Hold up.
Yeah,
Maybe I
that's
should take.
better.
All right, I'm gonna take this with me. All right, so what I was saying, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Give me some
Yeah.
confetti.
Yeah.
Sorry about the
All right.
glitches. We are working them out.
All right, I'm gonna just take this.
Don't throw
Right.
bottles at Gigi.
Jeez Louise. All right, so what I was saying is that my previous relationship before my husband, it was abusive. The first time he put his hands on me, though, I ended up fighting back, and that's just because that's the type of person I am. After dealing with my father for so long, I promised to myself I won't let any other man put their hands on me, because one, I'm not your property. I don't belong to you. Uh, but he ended up smashing my phone to pieces. My brand new Samsung that cost me $1,800. He smashed it to pieces over because he went through my phone 2 o'clock in the morning, woke me up, and found messages from 5 years back before I met him. So I got out that situation pretty recently, actually, like last year recently, and I met my current husband. We've been, going together for 2 years, and I'm much happier.
Yay.
I'm happy for you.
They
All right,
usually
we're
think
going to start off with some questions. Does anybody have any questions for
wait.
myself, Star Morning, or
Probably gonna need that.
I can't even hold that. Okay. Anyway, so does anyone have any questions for our guest? Nope, no questions. All right, so we can keep going with this. All right, let me see if I can. Nope, I can't. There we go. Anyway, so what is the worst? I guess you could say, I'm trying to word this properly. When it comes to abuse, obviously we have the mental abuse, what and the physical abuse. Do you find that that a lot of people who are being used will use sex to get out of that abuse?
Why'd you have to ask that? So, I personally have, I'm not gonna lie to you, in a way to kind of, it was a way for me to kind of pacify my abuser in a way. And I would use it in hopes that he could be, basically a little nicer to me and, not have as much, not show me, as much hatred, and I haven't personally met anyone else who's done the same thing. A lot of people, I'm sure, would probably just wanna completely stop dealing with said person that's abusing them. But I felt pretty much so in danger that I only felt safe in that kind of, doing something like that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sense. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not with him no more.
All right, well, one last time, I think we're gonna try to end the show a little early tonight because I'm sure everybody's got something to do. Oh no, I wanted to touch one more thing. Last night, of course, we were doing all that show, and that's one of the things I wanted to touch on. How did you feel that was some of that was abusive? Did you feel that you were the abuser at times, or did you feel that other people were the abuser?
Last night?
Yes.
I 100%. I don't even want to call them abusers because I didn't really bend over and take that, like, but
But you could see the signs.
They 100% did their absolute best to try and abuse me last night, but it did not go very well. There was a ton of verbal abuse that I actually returned, and I would say in returning it, I've learned my lesson to just let people, at least people like them, just have it. I swear. Like, just here, you win.
Sound like y'all been dealing with some nutcases.
But
we were dealing with some nutcases last night. So
yeah,
anyway,
I was definitely.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Yeah, I tried to hold my composure to the best of my ability and maintain respect in there, but it's just like, dang, you can only do so much when people are cursing at you and talking to you like a child and belittling you, and all you're doing is trying to convey your side and actually find a level of peace out of the situation. But yeah, I definitely wasn't abused.
Okay, or maybe even abused might have been the wrong word, intimidated, or like felt like you were harassed or something like that.
They tried to.
Yeah.
They tried to.
They tried. Yeah, they really tried last night. So
listen.
Wait a minute. Is AW, do you have a question? Well, come on up. There's the mic.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So regarding last night, I mean, how did you actually feel? When you went into someone's world of hatred, and you found out that your name was on a wall, and they were talking about about the abuse victims and things, trying to trying to belittle you, how did that make you feel?
Um, I just feel like they really, tried. It's already really hard to, come on this platform and, share such a big piece of my own personal history and everything that I've been through. And I can guarantee absolutely everyone here that I did it with the purest of intentions. And I want to say that I felt disrespected as someone that's gone through what I've gone through, because one thing that sexual assault is not is leverage. Sexual assault is not something to just throw out into the fuck works because just because you're either losing a battle or you feel like your back is against the wall. It's not there for that. It's not attacking fuel. And that's exactly how it was, how they tried to use it against me. Luckily enough, people know who I am, but I myself, being through what I've been through, I've never decided to, use it to attack someone else, especially someone that's trying to do good by anyone who's ever been through that.
Okay.
I just,
All right. Well,
don't understand that.
can you give
I
up?
don't know what happened. Jesus.
Oh, we'll talk after the show.
It was basically stated as I claim to help abused women, yet I'm abusing women. Now, crazy thing about this fact is I cannot abuse someone that attempted to abuse myself. I cannot bully you in something that you started. If I walk up to you right now and I slap you across your face and you beat the living shit out of me, you're not the bully there. You know what I'm saying? And I can just leave it at that. But I can guarantee everyone, I didn't abuse anybody. I didn't abuse anybody.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, kindergarten. Kindergarten is perfect because you can't even credit it with high school.
Who puts names on the wall and in high school? Like, come on, bro. You can call my mama. I'll call her in front of you.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Mama, giving the name of your world one more time and the times and that people can see you.
Yes. The world again is called SA Safe House, and it's soon to be renamed to just Safe House. And we are going to be meeting Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to be meeting Wednesdays 7 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to really talk it out, get down to the nitty-gritty, share our stories, never compare our stories. And there's going to be absolutely no victim blaming, just pure healing and feelings of comfort and safety and support.
That's what I like to hear right there, because I would love to come and talk about everything.
All right.
Beautiful.
Well,
I would love to have you.
We want to thank everybody for coming out to the show tonight. Thank you for enjoying our new world. Like I said, we're working out the glitches, but we're going to get it eventually. So I want to thank Tyree for coming out. I want to thank our producer, Amina, for being back there, Rose, obviously, and our hype woman and co-host Star Morning for myself. Normally Grimlock69, but tonight is Krillin. We want to thank Telecloud for coming out and sharing her experiences, sharing her world, and hope that she'll come back eventually to tell more about her successes with the world that she has right now. So for myself and every part of my crew and the audience, I am Krillin, chilling like a villain, and we are the truth, the whole truth, the ultimate truth, because justice may be blind, but the truth is absolute. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Have a good night.
All right, everybody. Bye-bye. See you next week. That was
Yeah,
really
but
good. That was really good.
honestly,
I-
AW's question was good as fuck though, because it's like with her trying to overshadow
Well, hold on a minute. We don't know if Tyree's still recording. Hey, Tyree, stop recording.
That's crazy.
You know, with her trying to
Hold on,
bring
hold on.
up.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Come here.
No, I wanted to answer that question you had earlier.
Grimlock, you need to check your Instagram, dude.
I can't get in there.
I'll get to it in a minute.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me grab this.
She's like, I've
Yeah.
literally just been having a cussing match and everything with her. Yeah.
Yeah, can
Honestly.
you come back
You
here
can go
too?
through now.
Can
You can go
AW
through.
come too?
Yeah, you can go. You can go through.
How'd you do it? How'd you get there?
Ah,
Oh, that
Just-
shit.
No, AW.
All right. Try to keep the
Oh,
voices down
shit.
because the
Yeah.
camera's still recording.
Okay, he went backstage.